Hiring right isn't about luck, it's about the system you follow. How many times have you hired someone who looked great on paper, said all the right things in the interview, and 2 months later you are doing their job, wondering what went wrong? Let me say this upfront. The issue isn't the candidate, it's your hiring process. Most MSMEs don't hire wrong because they are careless. They hire wrong because they are inconsistent. They rely on instinct, gut feel, urgency, and call it judgment. But here's the truth. Hiring right isn't a stroke of luck. It's a system. And that system can be built. Hi, I'm Shailesh Kantak, business coach and founder of Flexi Ventures Private Limited. I work with MSME founders who are scaling fast but find themselves firefighting due to poor hires, lack of ownership, and team chaos. Today, I want to share what I have learned about one of the most important but often ignored parts of business growth: hiring the right people. And here's what bad hiring really costs you. Number one, time wasted on training, correction, and rehiring. Number two, drop in team morale. Number three, lost opportunity. And number four, founder burnout from doing everything yourself. Now flip that. When you get hiring right, you don't just add a person, you add momentum. Suddenly, things move faster, decisions get delegated, and you get your time back. So let's talk about how to hire right without needing a massive HR team or expensive platforms. So here's how most MSME hiring looks like. First, someone resigns or growth demands new hands. Next, the founder posts a JD copied from the internet. Third, a few resumes come in, none are perfect. Number four, 1 or 2 rounds of interviews happen, mostly gut-based. And finally, someone is selected because we need to fill the gap. What happens next? Misaligned expectations, no clarity on success metrics, cultural mismatch, micromanagement, exit within 6 months. Sounds familiar? Let's flip that with a system you can trust. The 5-step hiring system that works. Number one, get clear on the role, not just the designation. Don't start with the job title, start with clarity. Ask, what will success in this role look like in 3 to 6 months? What skills and mindset are non-negotiable? Who will they report into? And how will performance be tracked? Document it. This becomes your internal hiring blueprint. Without it, you are hiring for a label, not an outcome. Use the outcome ownership skills model. What outcome do they own? What they need to do? And how will they be measured? Second, craft a JD that attracts, not just informs. Most JDs are boring laundry lists. Yours should communicate 3 things: what impact the role will have, what kind of mindset and culture you are hiring for, and what growth path the candidate can expect. Here's an example. We are looking for someone who thrives in ambiguity, builds systems, and wants to grow into a team leader in 12 months. You will be solving real problems, not following instructions. This filters the right people even before they apply. Number three, design a screening process that tests for fit. Forget just checking resumes. Design steps that test skill via assignments or case studies, mindset via questions around how they handle uncertainty, pressure, or feedback, culture fit. Ask what kind of leadership helps you thrive. How do you handle mistakes? Don't just ask, tell me about your strengths. Ask, tell me about a time you were stuck at work and how did you handle it and what was the outcome. Look for depth, not polish. Assign small tasks that mimics actual work. The response will show you their thinking, not just they're speaking. Number 4, involve the right people in the interview process. As a founder, you might not be the best person to assess every function. For example, if you're hiring a designer, involve someone from your product or marketing team. Hiring for operations, let the ops lead vet them. For leadership roles, involve peers who will work with them. This does two things. Shows the candidate how your team works. Creates collective ownership in hiring. It's no longer your hire, it's the team's hire. And number 5, align expectations pre-onboarding. Here's where many fall short. You make the offer, shake hands, and go quiet till day 1. Instead, use that window to reconfirm role outcomes, share documentation or SOPs, align on team culture, what's okay and what's not. Introduce them to key team members. This creates psychological safety and clarity before they even walk in. Schedule a short 30-minute expectation mapping call before day 1. It sets the tone beautifully. If you are still thinking, I will know when I meet the right person, that's your gut talking. And yes, intuition matters, but only when backed by structure. Start thinking like this. Hiring isn't an event, it's a system. Your job isn't to pick the best person, it's to attract the right person. You don't need 50 applicants, you need 3 qualified ones. And that only happens when your process does the heavy lifting. Here are 4 common mistakes to avoid. Hiring only in crisis mode. You rush and compromise on quality. Copy-paste JDs. You attract noise, not fit. Overselling the job creates disappointment and churn later. Ignoring onboarding. A poor start equals poor retention. Here's a quick real example. One MSME I worked with kept losing junior managers within 4 months. When we audited their hiring system, we found vague JDs, no clarity on what the role owner was expected to achieve, no onboarding, no feedback loop post-hiring. Once we put a system in place, applications dropped, but quality tripled. Retention went up. The founder finally got to step out of the day-to-day operations because it wasn't just about the hire, it was about the hiring system. So here's a final thought. As a founder, your goal isn't to fill positions. It's to build a team that builds the business with or without them. And that starts with designing a hiring process that filters, aligns, and empowers from day 1. You don't have an HR team? No problem. You need clarity, consistency, and a little bit of structure. That's what will help you hire right, not luck. If this resonated with you and you're looking for more practical, systems-based advice on building your team the right way, subscribe to this channel. We drop weekly content designed for business owners just like you who want to scale without chaos. Hiring right changes everything, and it starts with you and the system you follow.